Welcome back to my daily breakdown of the preliminary hearing of California versus Larry Millete in the heartbreaking case of Maya Millete. This hearing was in 2023 and the trial date is March 7th, 2026. It's coming up. This is a local case for me. New episodes are dropping almost every day, so make sure you have your notification bell set up so you don't miss out. To catch up on all of the episodes, to bookmark or share the entire playlist, or to get some context if you just happened upon this video, the playlist is in order and can be found at bit.ly/mm playlist. I will spell that out for you. It's lowercase bit.ly /M hyphen capital P lowercase LAYLIST. So with that, thank you for being here again and enjoy this app.
Now, you indicated on cross-examination that it's your memory that Mari Chris told you that she spoke to May on Friday, January 8th?
My memory is that Miss Roulier indicated to me that she had not heard from May since January the 8th.
And did you review a transcript actually of your body-worn camera footage in connection with your testimony, or prior to prepare for testimony today?
I did.
And was that the exact wording of it? Was that we didn't hear anything from her at all since Friday?
Yes, I believe that was the exact wording.
Okay, so your understanding of that was that she had actually spoken to her on Friday?
That was my understanding.
Okay.
So she's clearing this thing up about what Mary Chris said, that she had spoken or had some kind of communication with Maya on the 8th. Obviously, there would be Mary Chris's phone records to refresh everybody's memory. They would have gone through all of that. So Mary Chris may have said something along the lines of, we haven't spoken to her since Friday. She might have meant something else by that. In other words, we expected to see her or we expected to hear from her on Friday because of the trip we were all going to go to Big Bear that day. So what he's saying here in this, she's doing a great job clarifying that Officer Culver took that to mean that they had spoken on Friday and that was the last time they spoke or communicated.
I don't know whether or not she had actually spoken to her or if she was referring to the fact that there had been no communication as of that date.
Objection leading.
Over. You can ask.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, so do you know whether or not she actually spoke with her on Friday, or if she meant that as of Friday, she had not had any communication with her sister?
I don't know exactly which of those was the case. It's possible that I misunderstood her statement to be that she had spoken with May on Friday, but it's also possible that she had not heard since that Friday was the first day that she had not heard anything from May.
Okay, because didn't she also, you had said to her, so you didn't talk to her yesterday, and then Mari Chris responded on the no, not Friday. And then she began talking about May's communication with her friends, her last communication being Thursday. Do you recall that?
Hey, counsel, do you want to refresh his recollection with his transcript? I don't know if it's an accurate reflection of the body-worn camera footage or not.
Sure. Do you not have a memory of the communication with Mari Chris, or is it fair to say you don't have an exact memory of every word that was spoken between the two of you?
Correct, I don't have a verbatim memory as to our discussion.
Fair. Would it refresh your memory to refer to a transcript?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I sent a copy of the transcript to counsel via email, I believe it was yesterday. So I'm going to, may I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm going to refer you to page 6 of the transcript, referring to line 12 through 14 and ask you to look at that and see if that refreshes your memory.
And before he answers, how about a greater foundation as to how this transcript is generated and working?
I thought you
You
had
can
it
ask
on
him.
Well, did you review a copy of the transcript prior to testifying today along with your body worn camera?
I did.
Okay, and I was just, if you could look through the pages of that transcript and tell us whether or not that appears to be a transcript of your communication with Marie-Chris Gouillet that evening when you responded to the house the early morning of January 10th.
And can you tell me how it was generated? Is it automatically generated from the body worn camera? Did someone in your office prepare it?
Someone in my office prepared it. But I think the officer reviewed it along with the body worn camera footage.
You can
Yes, this appears to be an accurate transcript of my body worn camera footage.
I don't have a copy of the transcript.
It's not marked yet. Can you provide her with a copy now?
I assumed that she had one. I sent it yesterday. Let me see if I have a copy.
We didn't get it.
For the time, yes, I understand. For the time being, you can share, or how many pages is it? We'll make a copy. We have a Xerox machine.
So this transcript that he's reviewing, that he's being questioned about regarding when or what exactly Mary Chris said on this subject, was emailed to the defense attorney the day before, but she's claiming now that she doesn't have a copy. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like she's just being disruptive for the sake of being disruptive. Why didn't she print it out? And this is all very important because this is because the prosecution would want to pinpoint, since they are accusing Larry Millete of murder, they would want to do their very best to pinpoint when that murder could have happened, what time frame, and to get it as tight as possible. It would be important for them to clear this up about what really was said by Maya's sister and her friends about whether or not she might have been viable on the 8th, not the 7th. So again, this is really important for the foundation of the prosecution theory in this crime.
If you send it to Ellen, she can also print it out.
Send her a copy?
Ellen will be happy. Do you have the transcript, Ms. Williams?
I don't have it, John. I didn't get it. We were in the office late yesterday, but we didn't receive it.
Sure you didn't.
I sent it at 5:14 yesterday, but I also just sent Madam Clerk a copy
Take the ride.
through the ether.
How many pages is it?
22?
This is the copy that I'm showing him. Okay. I sent it to you yesterday afternoon. Okay, just 5:15. I don't have it.
He didn't have it. Right.
It's asking me that. Let's just Xerox it. Can we have that? We'll just make a copy for it.
So now they're going to go make a copy of the transcript.
If you want to ask something else.
I can ask other questions. You had indicated that you also, you had spoken to Allison Volkening, and I believe on cross-examination, counsel asked you whether or not Volkening said May never told her that Larry had been violent with her. I believe your answer was yes, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Wasn't the rest of her statement in that regard, but May had also expressed that she was not willing to get Larry in trouble or leave him for fear of damaging his security clearance through the Navy.
That's also correct.
So if Larry were to be violent with May and she would report it, he would potentially lose his job. So this was important to Maya that he kept his job for obvious reasons.
Ms. Volpany also said part of her concern was that the defendant had a tendency to be extremely controlling.
Yes, that's correct.
With regard to Ms. Cobbs and her statement, I think Your Honor had asked you whether or not the messages that she was referring to were text messages. Were they text messages or a Facebook chat group?
They were a Facebook chat group.
And you never saw those messages.
I did not.
So you don't know whether or not, in fact, you weren't able to ever confirm that the date on those texts, on those messages, was actually the 8th or not.
That's correct.
And do you know whether or not when Ms. Cobbs was telling you this, she had those messages in front of her?
I don't know.
So it would be fair to say that the messages themselves would be the indicator of what that actual date was?
Yes, and whatever timestamp was on the messages would likely be the most accurate.
When you were speaking to Ms. Rouillet, if you recall, did she make reference to May's friends being people that she communicated with regularly?
Yes.
What do you recall in terms of Ms. Rouillet's comments to you in that regard?
Ms. Rouillet mentioned that May had near daily communication with her friends, and that her friends, specifically Ms. Cobb, was the one who initially reached out to Ms. Rouillet with concern because May had not been active in their group chat.
And
So this is an important tip for women, married and single alike, or friends, even men, to have a group, whether it's on Facebook or a group text or whatever, going with your loved ones, whether it's your friends or family. So you're checking in every day. So if you don't check in, they know to look out for you, to call you, to make sure you're okay, or to call your neighbor to have a check on you. So this is a great tip. I'm glad she did it. We should all be doing this.
do you recall what day she said was the last communication on the group chat?
I don't recall.
Okay, so now I'm going to refer you to the transcript. Did you want me to have it marked, Your Honor? It's a refreshing memory, so I didn't know if you wanted it marked.
You don't have to, but you.
Oh, all right. So, may I, Rich?
You may.
Showing you then the transcript, page 6, looking at lines 12 through 14. Does that refresh your memory at all about whether or not Ms. Rouillet said that she had spoken to May on Friday?
It does.
And did she say whether or not she spoke to her on Friday?
It appears as though Ms. Rouillet indicated that she had not spoken with May on Friday.
And did she indicate when May's friends had last spoken to her?
Thursday.
Ta-da! It only took a half hour, but they finally got to it.
And I know on cross-examination as well, there was a question about Ms. Rouillet indicating that her sister would sometimes go out for longer periods of time. Did Ms. Rouillet indicate whether or not there was a concern about how long her sister had been missing at this point?
I don't remember any specific statements.
Looking at the top of page 6, line 1, would that refresh your memory?
Yes.
Okay. And did Ms. Rouillet indicate at all that she had concerns about the length of time?
Yes.
What was her concern?
Ms. Rouillet indicated that May should have been back by then.
All right, thank you.
Obviously, that's why they were called. Okay, so this wraps up the redirect of Officer Culver in the preliminary hearing of the people, California versus Larry Millete.
Other questions?
Recross.
Oh, she's going to recross.
The trip to Big Bear, as to the time that you were discussing that with Ms. Rollet, what was your understanding as to the date that they were supposed to be in Big Bear?
My understanding was that they were supposed to be in Big Bear on the Friday, which I believe was the 8th.
And when were they supposed to be back?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, different. Some of her
Did
questions.
Ms. Rollet state that Ms. Millete was still was working that day on January the, when was the last day that you understood Miss Millete was at work?
That's outside the Sailboat redirect.
Okay. Well, your witness, I have no one here.
Excuse me.
You may be excused.
All right. So, yeah, she can't just ask new questions. She has to stay within the framework of what was asked on direct. Cross is confined to questions about what was asked. She can't just willy-nilly ask more questions. She should know better. In any case, we got through it. A little bit more of the performance of this attorney, Bonita Martinez. Kind of interesting, her style. So that wraps up Officer Culver. There's about 30 minutes more. So of day 4, that'll be moving on to Genesee taking the stand, who I've alluded to before. So with that, we're going to call it a day. And I hope you are enjoying your evening. Please be aware that after the hearing this week that took place, the readiness hearing for the trial, which is upcoming March 9th of 2026, the final delay has been accepted. Maya's sister, Mary Chris, publicly stated, first of all, that she was pleased that the trial was moving forward, but also that there are still ongoing searches, local searches. Another one coming up, I believe one was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, and coming up this coming week in the month of November. So November 2025, there are still active searches going on. They're mostly community-led. Law enforcement's not always disclosing when they're searching or where they're searching, but the community-led searches continue. And Mary Chris said she really didn't care that much about the trial. She just wants her sister back home. She's still very emotional. As she was interviewed, you may have caught that. I might review that interview again and then maybe with you here. But for now, that's it. We're getting near the end of day 4 with Officer Culver, and we'll see you again very soon. Keep Maya's family in your prayers. Thank you. Thanks for watching today's breakdown of the Larry Maya Millete preliminary hearing here in San Diego. I always prefer to use Maya's name and not the defendant's. In any case, this is California versus Larry Millete in the heartbreaking case of Maya Millete, who is still missing. Remember, new episodes drop every day with my insights as a local to this case. Since I'm not monetized, YouTube really doesn't promote my videos a whole ton. So if you want to make sure you catch tomorrow's episode, please like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you know as soon as it's up, or you can play it later. And if you can, please share this with someone who might be interested in following this case, especially if they're local, but anywhere around the world, to be honest, because Maya is still missing and it would help get more eyes on her case. So again, thank you for joining me. The full playlist is at bit.ly/mm playlist. And again, it's lowercase bit.ly// capital MM hyphen capital P lowercase LAY LIST. Thanks again for being here. See you later.